today's session, we're going to start on the floor in a cross-legged position. Most of today's session will be on the mat and the floor, and a few later exercises will use a chair. So use these next few seconds to get comfortable on the floor in a nice cross-legged position, and we're going to start off today with Kegels. We're going to start with some shorter holds and then make them into longer holds. So let's start with the inhale breath, relaxing that pelvic floor, relaxing that tummy. On your exhale, I want you to lift up that pelvic floor from the back passage to the front for 1 second, and then we're going to release. Inhale and really relax. On our exhale, we're going to pull that pelvic floor back up, and we're going to hold for 2 and 1. Then releasing again. On that inhale, on your exhale, pull that pelvic floor up nice and high for 3, 2, and 1. Inhaling to relax now, letting that pelvic floor go. On your next exhale, let's hold it up, pull it up nice and high for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Really relax. Take that nice big inhale, relax that pelvic floor, relax that tummy. On the exhale, let's now hold it up for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now really relax and inhale, opening up that pelvic floor and that core. So the inhale is just as important as the contraction is here. Now coming onto all fours with your hands under your shoulders and your knees under your hips. And we're going to start with hip circles. So just rotating those hips in a nice big circle over your knees in one direction. We're going to slowly move here and then switch directions, making some nice space in those hips. From here, we're going to start rocking back and forth next, taking those shoulders in front of those hands, taking that bum backwards, trying to keep that back nice and flat, tailbone tucked, going back and forth. And then we're slowly going to move back into those circles. This should feel quite nice, just creating some space and stretching out those ligaments and tendons around that pelvis that just need a little bit of help postpartum. Staying on all fours here, we're going to go into cat-cow. But before we move, I want you to think about your pelvic floor. Before you move, before you take that pelvis under, I want you to engage that pelvic floor on an exhale. Once you've engaged it, I want you to then tilt that pelvis underneath, create a nice big C shape with your back, pushing against those hands, and really look towards your belly button. On your inhale, I want you to look up, stick that bum out, create a nice big stretch on your front. On your exhale, again, take that pelvic floor up, create that big C shape. And then on the inhale, I want you to look up again, stick that bum out, feel that stretch. On your exhale, take that pelvic floor up, tilt that pelvis under, look at your belly button, get a nice big C shape. And then on that inhale, look up again and feel that stretch all the way down your front. Last one, tilt that pelvis under and look at your belly button. Now slowly coming onto your back, we're going to work on that connection breath. I want you to come on your back with your knees bent, raise that head slightly, and I want you to do a nice little exhale. Take that pelvic floor up and really engage that core. You can feel your muscles kicking in by them pushing out towards your fingers. Use your fingers to check that it's working, and then slowly relax. Take that head down and start again. As you raise that head, I want you to exhale, engage that pelvic floor, engage those transverse abdominis muscles. Deep core muscles are working here. Hold it up there. Try and breathe as naturally as you can as you hold that head up. When you start fatiguing, let that head rest and then raise it up again when you're ready. Staying in this position, we're now going to go into heel slides. We're going to keep those legs bent, and one at a time, we're going to inhale as we take that leg out one at a time, and exhale as you bring it in. So inhale as you take the opposite leg out now, and exhale as you bring it in. That exhale should be helping you to engage that core. You're going to keep on alternating those legs one at a time, nice and slow and controlled. Use that breath each and every time that you move those legs. Inhale as you take that leg out. Exhale, connect that core as you bring that knee back in. It's a nice, gentle way to work those deep core muscles and those low abs. They're really important after postpartum. We've stretched them out and now we just want to really start working them, getting them switched on, and getting all of those deep core muscles working again. Now we're going to come into heel drops. You're going to raise your knees above your hips, toes and tabletop. You're going to now start dropping one heel at a time to the floor, making sure the opposite leg is staying up the whole time. Again, you're going to inhale as that leg drops, exhale as you bring it in. Tighten that core up every time that you bring that knee back up. You're going to alternate one leg at a time. Keep moving at a nice steady pace, using those core muscles to give you some stability. So inhale as you drop that heel and exhale as you bring it back up. Inhale as you drop that toe, exhale as you bring it back up. Make sure that core is working every time that leg moves. Now, staying on your back, we're going to do knee fall outs. So we're going to take opposite knee falling out to the side and opposite hand falling out to the side. You're going to start with your feet together and you're going to inhale as that knee drops to the side and that hand drops to the side. You're going to exhale as it comes together. So you're going to feel a nice little stretch from your inner thigh here, and you're also going to feel those deep core muscles working again. So inhale as you allow that knee to drop to the side, and exhale as you pull it all back together. Moving those limbs away from your core will create the pressure that you need right now to strengthen that core up. We're working on that deep core muscle again here, trying to really work those muscles. Now slowly coming onto your side for the next move, we're going to do clams. We're going to raise those feet up. We're going to try and stack those hips one above each other. We're going to use our hands for support, and we're going to slowly start to create a space between our knees. So raising the top knee above as high as you can, maintaining that hip alignment, and you're just going to raise that knee and drop it down. Move a nice steady pace. This should be working your glutes here and your obliques. Now we're going to come onto the opposite side. Do exactly the same. Get yourself into a nice position on your elbows, hand for support, feet up, and we're just opening up those knees. All that movement is coming from your hips and through those glutes. We're working the side of our glutes now. We're going to keep on going for the last few seconds here. Keep on closing and opening with your breath. You want to inhale as it comes in, exhale nice and loud as you open up those knees to make that core work as well. Now slowly coming onto your feet, we're going to do squats. We're going to use a chair to give you a bit of a target, and we're going to start with our feet just wider than hip distance apart. You're going to take that bum back and you're going to raise your arms up as you lower that bum. You're aiming to keep those knees behind your feet. You're aiming for those knees to track against your toes, trying to avoid the knees falling in. You're going to inhale as you go down, exhale as you come up. Make that core work with every single move now. You're just going to move at a nice pace. This is going to start getting your heart rate up slightly. Inhale as you go down, exhale as you come up. At the top, squeeze those glutes. Now finishing for the last 3 seconds. Well done.